Joining me now is California Congressman Duncan Hunter, who's leading that push. Congressman, welcome to the show.
Hey, Charles, great to be with you. Thanks for having me.
Let's help out the audience here. Now, this goes all the way back to NAFTA, 1994, and the provision that we would have free trade with Mexico. But since then, we haven't really allowed their trucks too deep into our country, mostly over concerns over safety. Is it safe to assume that we're not concerned about that anymore?
No, it's not safe to assume that at all. In fact, President Clinton and President Bush have both stayed away from this and have kept American jobs here and American trucking here, making Mexican truckers stop at the border. What's happened now with this president, even though American truckers say, and it is too dangerous to drive into Mexico, I mean, that they had over 6,000 murders in the last 365 days in Mexico. American truckers don't want to drive in Mexico, but we're going to give Mexican trucking companies and, read multinational corporations here, basically giant trucking companies who can base out of Mexico, the ability to bypass OSHA, bypass the EPA, bypass all the rules and regulations and tax system that we have in this country, drive across the border, come into the U.S. and drive all the way up to to New York, to Wyoming, to Washington State, and basically bypass the American trucking companies. 90% of trucking companies are made up of small truckers that have like 15 or 25 trucks. Those guys are going to lose jobs, and the administration could stop this very easily. President Obama could simply sign something saying, hey, we aren't ready to do it yet. You have to prove that you're safe. And the fact, too, that we're going to let the narco drug lords from Mexico take advantage of this program, like a holographic sticker on a Mack truck window down in Mexico is going to stop them from transporting drugs, guns, or other paraphernalia up here, I think is naive.
Congressman, I got to tell you, this story to me is so explosive, and I know there's a whole lot of other things hogging up the headlines, but when I see a Republican congressman like yourself hooking up with James Hoffa and the Teamsters, I mean, this is what he called it. He said it was these were unsafe trucks, that we were playing Russian roulette with American drivers, that they had no drug testing of their drivers down there, that it was bad for the economy, that their drug test was the same, that you could pass it, that a German Shepherd could pass it. You could use urine from a German Shepherd. I mean, these are the litany of things that he said, and apparently you're on the same page as him. So why isn't this resonating with the administration?
I don't know why, frankly. I don't know what the holdup here is or why they would want to lose jobs right now. I mean, this is going to take, literally, in the next couple of months, and especially in the next couple of years, this is going to take jobs from American truckers and just pass it across the border. I mean, employment in Mexico, wages in Mexico right now are cheaper than in China. Mexico's not a first world country right now, and what we're going to be faced with is extremely low wages, no regulation, no safety, no environmental regulation, none of all of that baloney that our truckers have to deal with, and beyond that, to think that a holographic sticker and some bureaucrats coming down from D.C. every, 60 days to check on these trucks to make sure that they're complying with American law, that's going to take care of this problem is just silly. And you're absolutely right. When you see me and Jimmy Hoffa standing together, something's up.
Listen, we've got less than a minute to go. I know that there was a vote on something similar to this under the Bush administration, and the House, rejected this notion, 411 votes to 3. Now, you have some legislation coming up. Real quickly, do you feel like the chances are good that somehow you can stop this legislatively?
Yeah, there is a chance. We just have to gain momentum. It's like anything. We got to get people on our side. A lot of congressmen here, like there is so much going on. The super committee, these giant national security cuts that are going on. So it's hard to break through the radars of some congressmen here, but that's what we're trying to do. And as we gain momentum, I think we'll have a chance to turn it around and save these jobs.
Yeah, the Independent Drivers Association said we could lose as many as 100,000 American truck jobs. So thanks a lot, Congressman Duncan Hunter.
Those are Main Street jobs. Hey, thanks, Charles.
And small businesses. We appreciate your effort. Thanks a lot.
Thanks.
Coming up, GOP presidential hopeful Rick Perry proposes a flat